Hello, it's Ryan from 2minutetennis.net, and in this video, I'm going to show you something so simple you can copy from the Djokovic backhand to help improve your backhand. Now, earlier today, I made this same type of video on the Djokovic forehand, and here it is on the backhand. If there's one thing I wish more recreational players did prior to hitting the ball, it's that the racket face closes. And that's where prior to contact, the racket, not straight up and down on edge, where you could, take a coin and balance it on the edge of the racket, but rather that the racket is tilted closed. So if your racket was a mirror, if Novak's racket right here was a mirror, the reflection would be facing slightly down toward the ground. This is an absolute game changer, I would say, for 90% of the tennis world who doesn't do this enough. When you tilt your strings down prior to hitting the ball, then it makes it so easy for your strings to then face forward when you're hitting. Many recreational players struggle with inconsistency, and you'll be inconsistent when your racket faces on edge prior to hitting. Now, I know, you look at Andre Agassi, he didn't close his racket face really hardly at all on his backhand. That's not something that you and I can copy, to be honest. We want to copy the Novak Djokovic racket closed position. Now, it doesn't have to close a lot. We're not closing the racket face straight down toward the ground. You can see it's a gentle close. I would say that's less than 30 degrees closed, maybe even 20 degrees closed. It's not a lot. It's just a little bit. Now, how do you know you're going to do this? You're going to go out and film yourself. Film yourself, just rest your phone up against the net post, maybe toss a ball in the air, and just hit some backhands. And notice, is your racket lower than contact prior to hitting the ball? And is it closed, tilted down? That's how you get your strings to then face forward during your low to high swing. Look at the racket go completely out of the screen. His racket face is below contact and closed. He's going to swing up through contact. And there's his racket. And the racket's, we can't even see it. The racket's gone up. He's swinging this way, but the ball's going forward. The reason the ball's going forward while he's swinging up is because his racket face is not open when he's striking the ball, but rather his racket's closed prior to hitting, which ensures that his strings face forward when he hits. Now here's another backhand from Djokovic. It's a lower ball, but look at this technique. Love the follow through up over the shoulder. Watch prior to contact. Look at his racket tilted down. His strings are tilted down. That's what's then going to get his racket to face forward when he strikes the ball. If you're someone who's constantly hitting the net or you're hitting the ball out, and you're looking for a way to get your racket to be straight up and down when you're hitting, film yourself and make sure, and I say film yourself so that you can look at it the way you're looking at Novak here. Film yourself prior to hitting the ball. And when the racket drops down in the back, tilt the strings down. At first, you might have to feel like it's manually done. You can look how relaxed his right wrist is. It's slightly curled over, and that's not a bad thing. That his right wrist is slightly curled over. It's loose. He's turning his hips. And that's what, the racket lags down a little bit, and that's what curls the wrist. But he's tilting the strings down. That's what allows him to brush up the back. The pros don't swing where they want the ball to go. They point their strings where they want the ball to go, but they swing the direction they want the ball to spin. So he wants the ball to spin over itself, so he's swinging low to high. That's what's going to impart the topspin, and the ball goes like this. As it goes over the net, it's spinning over itself. Go out and film yourself. I mean this. Your game will change. Go out and film yourself. Look for closing, or look to make sure that you're closing your racket face. And if you do, there's no doubt you're going to gain confidence, win more matches, and play much better tennis. This is Ryan Reedy from 2minutetennis.net. You got this.